Hello subscribers, here is another review, and this time I'll be showing you the new Soundstrike Majungasaurus from Mattel's Jurassic World Primal Attack toy line. Now, this figure actually looks a lot cooler in person, because those images they showed at Toy Fair, like the lighting, it made the underbelly and the underside of the jaw, it made it look like, a very bright yellow, which I do not like on dinosaur figures. It also made it look like the Majungasaurus had those bad-looking, angry, cartoonish eyes that the Sarcosuchus had. But fortunately, it seems like, the Majungasaurus doesn't have that. So, here's the packaging. Same old stuff, but like I said, this is my favorite Mattel Jurassic World packaging so far. So here's the back, same old stuff. And there's the irritator, which I should be receiving tomorrow in the mail. And I probably won't be getting that Parasaurolophus. So let's waste no time and get the Majungasaurus out of the packaging. So I am really enjoying this Majungasaurus figure right here. So far, it's my only Majungasaurus figure in my collection. And when I think of Majungasaurus, I always think of something like this. It's also very scientifically accurate for a Jurassic toy. As you can see, they got the tiny vestigial arms correct, as well as, the short, boxy head of Abelisaurids. So, I'll get right into the details, but, as you can see, there isn't a lot like the Sarcosuchus, but it's still a good amount. See, the body right here, it's mostly just soft detail, but you've got the ribs and the muscles here. Let's go to the other side. Then you got the tail. There's plenty of detail on the tail right here. See, lines and scales right here. And I really like the addition of these little spines on the bottom of the tail. They're also on the bottom of the neck as well. I think they actually look better on the bottom rather than the top. If they were on the top, this probably would have looked more like a chap-made dinosaur. They're also on the back of the legs right here. See, the feet, fortunately, the feet aren't oversized. See, of course, they're nicely sculpted and detailed. And the most detail is the head area. See all of these scales on here look fantastic. See right there, and then you got the teeth. So yeah, the detailing on this figure is excellent. Well, at the head at least, though. The head is definitely the best part. Forgot to show the detailing inside of the mouth. See, the top really isn't anything special, it's just an unpainted, smooth area. But the tongue has a decent amount of details. You see the taste buds on there, and it looks very nice. Now let's talk about the paint job. Now, like I said before, the lighting on the Toy Fair images, it made, the underbelly look like a bright yellow, which I do not like on dinosaur figures. But, the yellowish green for the underbelly on this toy actually works a lot. Works a lot more. It fits in more with, the forest green. That's the main color of this figure. There's also a blue on the neck and the face area, and it doesn't look that bad. At first, I thought it was strange, but, it grew on me over time. Now let's talk about the articulation. Of course, you can move the jaw. It's very smooth. It's not too stiff like the Cryolophosaurus. Even his tiny vestigial arms are on a ball joint. And, of course, you can move the legs. They're also on a ball joint, so you can move them in and out, and forwards and backwards. So, that's 5 points of articulation. Well, 6 if you want to count the tail that's connected to the action feature, which I'll go talk about right now. The sound effects for this figure is reused from the Roarvor's Triceratops, but to me, it makes sense for this animal. It's a lot better than giving Indoraptor sounds for the Edmontosaurus. That's one sound effect. Yeah, you could hear an Indominus Rex growl for that one. Yeah, I think that's it for the sound effects. They're pretty cool. Definitely a step up from the Edmontosaurus sound effects. Now, I think this is a very aesthetically pleasing figure right here. As you can see, the pose looks so natural and realistic, it seems like this Majungasaurus can start walking. And the proportions on this figure are perfect in my opinion. Proportions-wise, this may be one of the best Mattel has ever done for their dinosaurs. Now, the pose, the proportions, combined with the good amount of details, especially on the face, as well as the pretty cool color scheme, I have to say this is probably the best Primal Attack figure in my opinion. Oh, one thing I also like to mention, that thankfully it doesn't have the cartoonish eyes that the Sarcosuchus had. See, like, the Toy Fair images made it look like it had those eyes, but luckily in hand the figure doesn't have it. Of course, I cannot upload this review without some comparisons, so here we have the Attack Pack Ornitholestes, Colovosaurus, and Bumpy. Here's Majungasaurus next to the Soundstrike Crylovosaurus and Edmontosaurus. I really like how these Soundstrikes get better within each wave. Here are the massive biters, and I think the Majungasaurus is pretty compatible with these three. Let's compare the Majungasaurus next to another Abelisaur Mattel has released, which is the Action Attack Carnotaurus. Now, I'm hoping Mattel does a Carnotaurus in this size range, because I think it would fit in well. Of course, we always have to compare the reviewed figure next to the Collecte Minis of Factinus. Well, there you have it, guys. This is my review on the new Soundstrike Majungasaurus. Now, I highly recommend you guys picking up this figure, not only because it's a nicely proportioned and detailed figure, but because it's one of the very few Majungasaurus figures that are out there. So, if I had to give this guy a rating, I'm probably going to have to give him a 9 out of 10. For two reasons. For one, the plastic quality, like, it doesn't feel like the cheapest, but it doesn't feel like the most durable. I wish the plastic was thick like the Concavenator. So also, the hypersensitive electronics. Now this issue plagues a lot of the Soundstrike figures. Like if you were to move this head slightly, yeah, it would activate those sound effects, which could be a nuisance over time. So I have to say this is my new favorite Primal Attack figure. I just can't resist the cool paint job as well as the natural pose and the perfect proportions. So if you want this figure, you can find them in stores, in your Walmarts. I got mine from Walmart.com for $15 plus all the shipping, which totaled up to about $22. So if you guys like this review, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.